Hey everyone, Jeff Lee here at the Canon booth. I'm here with Paul Hawksworth. We're going to look at the new C-Log option for the Mark 5D Mark IV. So obviously we knew that it came out, it will be out as a software update, but we're showing a live example here. So tell us, what does it bring to the family, the table, really?
Basically, we're bringing Canon log gamma into the 5D Mark IV, which is something that people have been asking for quite a long time. So we finally decided, hey, let's do it. Let's bring it in. And so what you have to do is you take your camera and you guys send it into a Canon factory service center. It is a software upgrade, but we have a special software at this service center that's required in order to do the system. So.
And it's a minor fee. I think it's like $99 or so? Or?
Yes, it's about $99.
So for those of us that don't already own 5D Mark IVs, is it possible to buy it with this Canon log installed?
Yeah, so the camera's going to be sold in two ways. You will be able to purchase the camera with the Canon log already pre-installed. Or you can still, if you don't want the Canon log, you can still buy the camera and decide to upgrade later.
And it'll be basically the same price difference?
Yes, exactly.
Great, and obviously having this in the family now means that with a 5D Mark IV, a C300 Mark II, you now have ability to sort of cross-cut between them a lot closer than you were in the past in terms of matching footage.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point because they do share, the Canon log is shared across the whole family line. So it is very, very possible to have evenly matched cameras. You have A camera, B camera, C camera, and all within the Canon world.
Sure. As far as monitoring tools, do we have anything like View Assist or any of those features built in?
So it does actually. It does have a LUT input on it. So, but it's actually just a 709 LUT that's going to be applied to it. There's no other LUT options.
Right, but that's certainly helpful for production or just focus pulling reasons.
Yeah, just to to see your color, quick color check if you need it. So.
Now, can you still use the HDMI output to record to, say, a third-party external recorder to get that sort of uncompressed data rate? And if so, what happens to the LUT or the View Assist?
So yeah, the View Assist goes through the HDMI. So you can still just go straight from the HDMI out to a third-party recorder, and it will carry that over. So you just got to be careful because you can either get the log, or you pop that View Assist on, and you're getting the View Assist baked in. So there's no way to separate that out.
Yeah. Oh, great. I mean, you're talking about a small camera that size. It's kind of like, it's great to have that even as a functionality, as an option built into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you're still recording a very high bit rate to the internal recorder. So I think that's the way most people would like to do is actually get the high bit rate in the cards and then maybe have the external recorder as your proxy or your backup.
Great. So I think we're going to take also a look at some of the new monitoring options. I mean, you've previously announced the 2420 and the 1710, but since we're here at the show, we'll take a look as well. So we'll be right back with you. And we're back. This time we're looking at the 2420 display, which we've talked about before, but obviously HDR is a big deal this show, and in general as an industry, we definitely think it's something that's going to be a step in the future, and it's not something that's just a buzzword for sure. But to that point, we obviously have to have displays that we can look at on set or in our color studio grade for reference. So looking at the 2420, it's a LCD screen that has a 1000 nit screen, which is hugely bright. But more importantly, I think, is that the contrast ratio is there as well. So it's got a very good black level, right?
Yeah, definitely. So the contrast ratio of the monitor is 200,000 to 1. So, that's quite a lot of stops of dynamic range right in there, with the black level being 0.0005. So pretty dark. I mean, you're approaching pure black levels at that point.
That's great. That's a good reminder, too, that HDR isn't just about the brightest screen in the world. It's also about how well it reproduces the blacks. And 0.0005, is that what you said, 0005?
0.0005, exactly. Yeah, so, the brightness is impressive looking, but if you're not covering the lower light levels, then you're not actually doing true HDR.
And just like the 2410, then it supports that really cool Canon raw debayering. So I can feed a signal straight from my C500 or 700 or 300 Mark II and get a full debayered image.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to send the 1 3G SDI or 2, depending on your frame rate, out into the monitor, and it will take care of debayering for you. The one thing about it, though, is that it will not send a debayered signal out because that would require a lot of BNCs to go out. So you just go in, it debayers for you, and it also reads ARRI log as well, so log C, and it can apply the proper transformations to log C. So it's very exciting for both Alexa users and Canon users.
Great, and obviously LUT support's built in as well, so you can still load your own 3D LUTs. Is that part of that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. LUT support. You can plug in the panels, and so you can create your own CDLs right into the monitor.
Great. Yeah, this is great to see it in production. There's also a 17-inch model as well. So is that meant more for field production, or is it also more for studio use, would you say?
Yeah, definitely, aim towards field production, but it can double as a reference monitor for the studio. It shares a lot of the same qualities as this monitor. It is 17 inches, but it's actually legitimately a 4K 17-inch monitor, which is pretty rare right now. But it shares all the characteristics in terms of debayering and luminance levels as its bigger brethren.
Great, and it's obviously in a much more portable form factor as well.
Yeah. Absolutely, and quite a bit lighter too.
So is the same brightness on the 17-inch or similar?
No, the brightness is a little bit different. So, whereas we have a 1,000-nit monitor right here, the 17-inch model is a 300-nit monitor.
So you go from 24-inch to 17-inch, but you're also showing a prototype as well, which is a much larger unit, but also significantly brighter as well. Can you talk a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, so here at the booth, we're showing kind of for the first time the 30-inch reference monitor. It's a prototype, but what it is, it's a 2,000 nit edge-to-edge monitor. So this is a really rarefied piece of technology in the industry right now. It is going to be the perfect monitor for any kind of Dolby Vision, SMPTE 2048, HDR, log 10 or HDR plus, workflows.
Great, that's exciting, and obviously being as reference quality as it is, it's going to be something that's meant for the grading suite. It's not something you're going to see a lot, I'm sure, but very exciting. So it's prototype stage now. You may or may not announce future plans for what that looks like in terms of availability, right?
Right now, yeah, right. So it's prototype stage right now. We're definitely shooting for a release later this year, but right now it's still up in the air as to what that form is going to take.
Right. So more details TBD, basically. Great. I mean, that's obviously really important now with all this HDR cameras and all this talk about it. We need a way of looking at it again. So it's a great kind of look at the new log option for the 5D. Also nice looking at the new monitors in person. The first time I'm seeing it in person, so it's really exciting for me. Paul, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it that you're spending some time with us. That's it from the Canon booth. Signing off for now. Take care.